You're talking about a good buddy and a badass, and I'm going to say that live. But listen, the most nervous live episode we'll do is with my buddy Jason Hornady of Hornady Ammunition, because when you look at the companies and you look at the success, but people don't even know, if you have never seen this guy in public, one of the funnest guys out there, dude. What's up, Jason?
How are you doing?
Doing good. Got one bone to pick with you, man. I come all the way to Grand Island.
Pick away.
And you weren't there to come hang out with me, man.
I know, and the thing is you were there. Biggest star we've had in a long time, because last year we had some guy named Shockey.
Yes.
And you drew a way bigger crowd than him. Way bigger. You're way more entertaining.
Shockey's losing it, man.
And you're way better. And you didn't even wear like a pink Speedo.
No, and that's what's happened. When Shockey started putting those pink Speedos in, and if anybody's seeing this right now, if you don't believe me, you can look up Jim Shockey Official.
Yes.
Scroll through. He hadn't took it down yet. And
pink Speedos. You know what? I never will see you in a pink Speedo.
No, you will not. As a matter of fact, I've had a chance to work with you guys for a long time now.
Yep.
And I even ask, and I've never really asked for a lot, because most of the time I work for you guys. Like, what can we do? What's new? What new ammunition? What? Go hunt. And as you've always said, wars are won with ammunition, not bows and arrows.
That's
and
exactly
even
right.
Hunter. So the only thing I've ever asked is put a little clause in our pro staff agreements that says Jim Shockey can't wear a Speedo if we're on the same team. And I don't think that's a lot to ask.
I don't think that's a lot to ask either. You know what? When we get home, I'll just have to take care of that.
We need to do that.
Let's
I think
do it.
I think your dad will be on board. I think the whole company. So anyway, but
and he needs a haircut.
He does, man. He does.
I don't like that.
He needs to quit eating so much crustaceans too. He's a lot of like we call them shrimp, or he calls them crustaceans. And I think Jim's a smart guy.
That's maybe part of the problem.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, what else has been going on? Another SHOT Show. How many is this, dude? How many?
You know, I went to my first SHOT Show. I was still in college in 1990.
Wow.
Then I started working in the industry in 93. And I missed one for COVID. And that's it.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I know. Kind of crazy.
You got me beat. I think mine was 96. I came.
When you and I first met at a Cabela's a long time ago, neither one of us had any of this gray.
No gray.
No gray. We both looked young.
We're hanging on to our hair barely.
I know.
I was all messed up.
I was at the DMV the other day to get a new driver's license, and she asked me my weight, and I lied. She asked me my height, and I lied. We got to my hair color, and she goes, "What's your hair color?" And I said, "Brown." She stops typing. She looks up at me, and she goes, "Okay." And she starts typing again. She doesn't think it's brown.
She called you out on it?
She called me out on it. I guess it's gray.
I had the same experience. This is honest. You know how your license expired. I think you get like a 5 or 6 year expiration. Whatever. I forget how long when you renew your driver's license. So I went through security in Atlanta Hartsfield, and I gave them my license. But I guess the last time I renewed, it was an older picture, and I didn't take the picture because you can just say, "Hey, that picture's good.
It's
just give me a
fine."
new license." And the girl looked at the license. She looked up at me, looked down at the license. She said, "Sir, you need to get another picture." I said, "What are you, in the world we live in, you're going to sit here and tell me..."
Criticize my picture.
You just called me old. What, are you going to call me fat now? Tell me I can't hunt? And anyway, she didn't think my joke was as funny. And so, you know what's funny? The next time I took a new picture, and my picture looks more... Because I'm brown too, but it's going gray fast.
I would have done it out of protest.
I should have. I almost just pitched a scene because I did have a Hornady hat on. I thought this would be good publicity if I just pitch a fit in Atlanta Hartsfield and security by TSA, but I decided not to. So.
Yeah, that's probably wise.
Well, what else is going on, man, with Hornady, man? Y'all constantly innovating and wide open.
You know, we're kind of back to our roots of new products. We got a bunch of new ones this year. We really like subsonic stuff. We got a new 338 ARC that if you haven't shot that yet subsonically, it'll just make you giggle. It's a 307 grain bullet, and it feels like shooting a 22 Win Mag.
So even if you don't even if you don't even have a suppressor,
even if you don't have a suppressor,
it's significantly less recoil and
about
sound.
that loud.
Are you serious?
The action almost makes more noise than the cartridge does. And it, again, and the first time when we were talking about it, and you talk about it in the meeting room, or you talk about it in the office or out in the lab, it's like 307 grain bullet, okay, equal and opposite reaction, still going to kick a little bit, and then you go to pull the trigger, and it's like,
and it's
oh shit, that's fun.
God, what a hell
I wasn't supposed to do that. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say that's the craze. It's like everybody is wanting something subsonic. You want less racket. It wasn't something that was 30 years ago. Nobody even thought about how loud something was, really.
You know, and how we all get real serious about all this stuff we're doing.
Right.
But the reality is, we sell fun.
Correct.
And if we can't make this fun for people, what are we doing? We're wasting our time. And so you have something that you can put in your hands, and you pull the trigger, And we had another manufacturer who we took him to the range, and he pulls the trigger, and he puts the gun down, and he stands up, and he's like, "That's so much fun!" And if you can get that kind of reaction, that just made my job. I'm done. I'm retired. I'm out. Interview somebody else next year.
It's everything. You know, it's funny. Like, and I might be wrong in this, but the first manufacturer I'd ever seen in ammunition was you guys to make a light ammunition. Basically, I had my kids. They killed all their first deer with a 7mm .08. But you know, literally in Georgia, and where I grew up, you can hunt as soon as your parents. So you can literally be 3 years old out there. And he shot his first deer, even his first buck, with a 7mm .08. Right. But even a standard 7mm .08 in the American whitetail, that's my favorite.
Yep.
But it's still got a little recoil to a 4-year-old.
To a 4-year-old, it's got a lot.
I put that light.
Yep.
That light ammo, never had any problem. And of course, you know, he's small, so you're shooting, 100 yards in the end anyway. And it's, again, it's fun. You got to make it fun.
You have to make it fun. And you can see those people who've either watched it on TV or somebody gave them something that was too much for them the first time they shot and they thought it'd be funny. And you can just see them. That's what makes them afraid. Well, let's make this fun. And boy, you pull the trigger on something that doesn't make any noise, doesn't recoil, and it's fun. That's why 22s are so much fun.
That's exactly why. I've always said, man, if a war was fought with 22 long rifle, America wins hands down, because everybody in a panic is buying 22 long rifle.
Everybody's got one.
But they are fun to plink with.
They're fun to plink with.
Yeah, you don't think of like, let me get my 300 Ultra out here and just plink around. But now with this subsonic ammo, it changes the game.
It's easy and fun. And so that's what we think about when we're sitting around trying to come up with stuff. It's what's cool, what's fun.
Yeah.
What would Michael want to mess with? I mean, literally, it's, hey, what would those guys want to mess with? And if we can come up with those things and keep coming up with those things and making it fun, that's what makes us tick.
But I think that resonates in y'all's product. Like, people that don't know Hornady, and of course we're here at the SHOT Show, you guys, the whole team, like of all the booths I go to, I love to see you guys. And like, we're always, I guess it's a generation we grew up in, we're juging with each other, sarcasm, cutting on each other.
Right.
Good thing Trump put a lot of that in executive order, so we can say things we never said.
Well, yeah, we can say whatever we want.
We can say
There's only 2 bathrooms at this place.
There's only 2 bathrooms. And so I think that's what, that's why it's good to sit here and chat with you, is the fact that, Hornady speaks for itself when you look at the ammunition, you look at the history, the heritage. But people just don't realize, and I'm here to tell you, man, from the whole crew is so freaking fun. Like, even Neil Davies, who runs y'all's marketing department, y'all had your local Safari Club banquet. Yeah. He's like, dude, man, why don't you come up for the SHOT Show? And most of the time I'd be like, quickly say, man, I'm wide open, like, man, who else coming? And of course, y'all had y'all's employees sitting out there. We laughed all night at that table. And we wasn't even talking product. It's like you just want to support the product because of these freaking great people,
Just having a good time. And we love it when you come to town. And, we're just a small family business in the middle of Nebraska, which we love. I mean, it is the center of the universe. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Yes, I can see that.
But we like that. And, people kind of look at you funny when you're from Nebraska.
Right.
And nothing's more fun than being Nebraska. And all our competitors and all those guys are kind of going, what are those redneck, wheat-grown, corn huskers?
Flyover state.
Yeah, flyover state. I had one guy go, I ain't never been to Nebraska, and I don't want to go. It's like, perfect. Nobody from California says, I think I'll move to Nebraska.
Exactly.
And that is perfect.
That is fine with us. Exactly. And that I was out there the other day. It's so nice and desolate. It was cold, though, man. It's been cold across the country.
A little cold. Yeah, we get a little cold. We get 4 seasons.
You do. In Nebraska,
we get 4 seasons. It's wonderful.
I was hoping nobody had me on video. I get out at the hotel there in Kearney, and I looked at my thermometer and it said like 0 degrees. Now, man, this is a dry cold. It ain't that bad. I get out and I'm dressed about like now. I get my bag and I'm going to my hotel. It's about a 200-yard walk, so I'm walking. I start walking faster. By the last 60 yards, I was sprinting like I'm not going to make it to the lobby. I'm going to die out here. But no, it's so cool, man. You guys, y'all just kick butt, man. But y'all do it with fun and innovation. You combine those two. It's like
we appreciate it. We appreciate. I mean, again, we have partners that make it fun, and that's what we're going to do. So, how about you? How you doing?
Dude, doing great. Just having fun, man. Having a chance to. It's so amazing. Even like as we're live here and chatting, I think now we're in a place to where we can get to know so many people and how we stand, how we believe. And that's cool, and that's one reason we want to do this and go live so people could see, some of the people behind these brands. And of course, you've been on a lot of the TV shows. Y'all do a good job of getting out there. But your dad, even your grandfather, and the way the history started with Hornady, it's just a cool story to be told, man. And it's so, I can't get over the fun that we have. And I've had a chance to share hunting camp with you a couple of times.
Yep.
And it was so funny, man. There was two things memorable when I think of your dad and you. I asked your dad one time, and it's a classic line, and I later heard that maybe it was your grandfather that started it. But when I went to the 75th year anniversary y'all had this year at Grand Isle, it was amazing. Had the drone show, had Big and Rich play.
Wasn't that fun?
The whole community, all the employees.
Everybody,
It was just a down-home Midwestern celebration. And of course, Shockey was there, Fred Eichler, a lot of the other, ambassadors. Man, we was laughing, cutting up, having a cold beverage. And your dad, I said, holy cow, how many people work for you? And he said, about half.
Yeah,
and that is the classic line.
About half of them.
Was your granddaddy started that line?
I think it was my grandfather who started that, and we all use it now. How many people you got working there? Oh, about half of them.
About half.
And we still use it today.
I know it. Well, speaking of fun, people don't realize this. You got to all get this booth set up. Y'all's booth is magnificent. A lot of work, a lot of aggravation, put it up, and financial expense. But then you got to manage. You got all these employees. You got like our buddy Neil Davies, an ex-Marine. So obviously he knows how to hit Vegas hard. How hard is it to manage these crazy goofballs here in Vegas to make sure they're there on time? I mean, has that ever become a problem?
It's not that hard. All good Midwestern people, they probably would tell you that I'm harder to manage.
They're hard to manage you.
Yeah, they're trying to manage me and keep me. Somebody's got to make sure he goes to bed. Somebody's got to make sure he's at the booth. Somebody needs to make sure that his eyes aren't all red, bloodshot. Somebody better make sure he's with Waddell at 9 o'clock.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's, everybody's pretty responsible. And I think we got about 35 people here. And everybody's pulling their weight. You got to work hard. If you work hard, the fun will come. Everybody, we want them to enjoy their jobs. If you don't enjoy your jobs, then it really is work.
That's right.
And again, we're in a fun industry. They've all formed their own relationships with different manufacturers, different personalities, different stuff. And so, you know what? Let them venture out. I want people out seeing stuff, and be over there at that booth and over there at that booth. And that's how you make them enjoy going to work every day. And
no doubt.
So it's really not that hard, and I hadn't thought about it until just now, so thanks a lot. Now I'm going to be up at night going, I wonder if everybody's going to be at the booth tomorrow.
Yeah, where are they at?
Where are they? And I hope that $2 bill bonus we gave everybody back in June, what'd they do with those?
Exactly. What are we doing? Man, it's always good to chat with you, Jason.
You
man,
too.
It's so
we
good
don't
to
get
see
enough
you.
time together.
We don't, man.
Yeah,
we really don't. We need to get back in hunting camp. I got to tell this story. My favorite Jason story. He invited me out to Utah on an elk hunt, and we're sitting there, and we're at this particular property. The elk are screaming, and a nice camp from outdoor riders to different retail stores to partners and rep groups, and we're all having fun, man. We're drinking coffee in the morning and hanging out, eating good food. And so the first morning, the elk, it was amazing. And I had just come from bow hunting, so I had my bow in camp, but I brought this little 308. And so I mentioned to Neil, I said, man, I wonder would it be a problem, if I bow hunted? I said, because these elk would come right in. And so Neil said, why don't you go talk to Jason about that? So Jason's over there, and when you're at these camps, you think, okay, well, I bet the Hornadys are going to the best spot. Not the case. You wasn't even hunting. You was there making sure food was there, the coffee was rocking and rolling, the stories were high-fiving, encouraging people to get out there. And so I come up to Jason, I said, Jason, man, listen, man, would it be a problem if I took my bow and hunted? And he said, yes, it would be a problem. We're shooting ammo. We're seeing what this ammo is going to do on this elk. And Jason had the classic line. I've used it. He said, bow and arrows are good, but Michael, wars were won with rifles and ammunition. Welcome to Hornady camp. And I started laughing. Of course, it was like 3 days later.
Reusable bullets are the dumbest thing I've ever heard of in my life. Who would want reusable bullets?
Exactly.
No.
Exactly. We all love the primitive nature of the Native American culture.
It's a great hobby.
But what did they do? Everybody picked up a lever action.
Absolutely. Why wouldn't you want to feel like John Wayne if you can?
Good mix in your life ain't bad.
That's
and
right.
If you're going to be shooting ammunition, why not shoot Hornady? It's the best. And the coolest crowd. So if you get in the SHOT Show, I'm saying there's a lot of fun booths, But if you see this man right here, you're about to have fun. And if he ain't available, he'll make himself available if you just hold up a fun flag.
Come say hi.
Yeah, come say hi. Jason Hornady, man.
Love you, buddy.
Love you too, buddy.